Welcome and good morning. It's well after sunrise, but that's okay. There is no sunrise today. There is so much mist. So Betty and I are off locally to Avebury. Well, we're just coming into Avebury now, and there's not as much mist as I would like, not by a long way, but these trees covered in hoarfrost do look quite nice, so there may still be opportunities for some decent photography. And into the car park. And we're here. Let's get over to the stones and see what it looks like. The stones. So here's the stones at Avebury, the world's largest stone circle. This first stretch it's okay, but the sun's in the wrong place for me for this today. So we're going to head across the road, go to the next section. There is a main road runs right through the middle of this stone circle. Now there's a view of one of my favourite photographs I've taken over the last couple of years really. I'll stick it up now. Came here a year or so ago, very early in the morning. There was supposed to be quite a nice sunrise, and there was. It was glorious. And these two rocks that you see right in front of you there, I'd lined it up so that the sun rose above the hill just beyond it, right in between those two stones, and get a nice sun star. Now, I did get a nice sun star, but the sun wasn't quite as central as I would have liked. And you know how fleeting those moments of sunrise are. I didn't have time to move everything into a slightly better position. Wow, this sun's really bright. And it's in completely the wrong position for these rocks. So I'm going to head up onto the top of the hill, or the mound, or the moat, or the protective wall, or whatever it used to be. Walk round to one of the other quarters and see if we can get the sunlight at a better angle. Well, it seems that at the moment all sections of the henge bank are closed. So we can't get up onto the height, which is a bit of a shame because there's a couple of lovely views from up the top. Well, this stone here seems to have quite a bit going for it. Nicely side lit. A couple of contrails in the sky which I don't usually like, but they're pointing straight at it. So I think maybe a quick snap here. Let's get a little bit closer because I want to make more of that shadow that it's casting. Okay, so this is what we're looking at here. You've got these contrails in the sky just coming straight down, pointing straight at the rock. Nicely side lit. It's a bit straight on, not quite getting the sort of detail in the lighting that I would have liked, but to be in a different place I'd have lost the contrails. And the shadow that it's casting just pointing over towards another stone. What it's like from the other side. Let's get round and have a look. I like the look of this one, you know. This is going to need a pano style crop, actually. Because I like that shadow coming out to the left. The moulding on the rock as the light gives us some bits of shadow on the sides and some bits well lit, but there's just way too much sky in it. This focal length, I'm not sure where I am, it's quite wide, around about 24, 28, something like that. And there's just too much sky in it for my liking. So I do want to, let's just take a test. Looks nice, but I want to crop out that top part of the sky. So, tell you what, let's take an actual pano. 7 or 8 or 10 shots, keeping exactly the same settings on each one, checking that there was no overexposure at any point, exposing to the right for the brightest section, and then starting at one end and working all my way along. So that was Avebury. A little disappointing today with so many of these henge banks being closed off. It would have been nice to get up to the top, up by those trees you can see up there. You get a nice view of Silbury Hill from there. Well, that was slightly disappointing, but still very pleasant. A nice morning out. Well, we've come round to Silbury Hill, and there's still no mist. There's a little bit of haze, very thin, little bit of frost on the ground in the shaded parts, but I have just noticed, let me show you this. Just over there, there is a flooded section of the field, and I'm just wondering whether I can get a reflection of Silbury Hill in that. Well, the way the way around this flooded patch is flooded. I don't think I'm going to get round there, because there is Silbury Hill. Well, you can sort of see a reflection from here, but I can't see all of it. I need to get closer down to that water, and I don't know if there's a way down. Let's have a look. Let's just see if this is going to work. That's actually quite nice. I focus stacked a little bit because I'm not quite sure at F8 whether I'd get everything. So I've got some of the reeds in the front, and then I've got the hill itself in focus, and I should be able to stack those two together. Right, I think it's time for a coffee. Back to Betty. Right, so back at Betty and time for coffee, I think. Well, Avebury was disappointing in some ways. Couldn't get up onto the henge banks, which is a real shame. There is a lovely view of Silbury Hill from one of the banks. You can see along the avenue, which is a row of stones that leads from Avebury to Silbury Hill. And then Silbury Hill was quite interesting today. I mean, I've seen the hill many times, but I've never seen it flooded like this before, which is spectacular. If only I could have got a little bit lower. Well, thanks for joining me once again on my local landmarks visits, and I hope you enjoyed Avebury, Silbury Hill, and join me again on the next one. I'm hoping for some more misty mornings, so I might get out into some woodland. In the meantime, enjoy this, some of my other videos perhaps, and if you like them, please do give me a thumbs up. Maybe leave a comment. I love getting the comments and answering those. And of course, subscribe if you can. It is free, doesn't cost anything, and it really helps the channel. So, see you on the next one. Cheers.